So today I want to talk to you guys about a topic that is so important for your success, but so overlooked all at the same time. And that's spousal support. Spousal support is critical to your success, but it also can be the catalyst to your failure. So let's talk about it, y'all. All right. So I'm a married man of almost 16 years now. I've been with my wife for over 20. And I think about where I'm at in life today, right? Went out and built a multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio over the last 17 years. Own over 120 apartments, teach people all around the world how to build 6 and 7-figure businesses in real estate investing. Like a really blessed life, right? But it didn't start that way. It started out, growing up on the west side of Detroit, blue collar family, everything that was ingrained in me was go to work, get a good job, hopefully work it for 30 years, get a retirement, all the rest of it. But I always aspired to have something different, okay? And while it did start that way, I was fortunate to retire from my corporate job at 35. And I'm giving y'all all this context because I'm about to tie this into how critical spousal support is. I was only able to make the biggest moves in my life because of my wife and her buy-in to my vision. And I think about how many people are out there that are not where they want to be in life, and particularly because their spouse does not subscribe to their vision. And so I want to give you guys in this video a few things that you can do to help to get your spouse to buy into your vision, okay? The first thing is, and you probably guessed it, you need to define what your vision is. Like, what do you want out of your life? And I'm talking about clearly articulate it and write it down in such a way that you can discuss it with your spouse. Because the first thing is, it's hard to get somebody to follow where there's an unclear path. So you need to make the path clear and so they could see themselves along that journey with you. Since I'm on that point, another critical component to that is while showing them the path and showing them the journey, make sure that they see landmarks of themselves along that journey. Listen, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. I'd just be remiss if I didn't let you know, yes, we do have another one of our 5-day challenges coming up, the iFlip Challenge, where I am teaching you how to go out and build a 6 and 7-figure business in 12 months using other people's money. If you are trying to go out and build a real estate business and achieve the time freedom and financial freedom that you've been seeking all your life, then click the link in the description, join the next challenge. I look forward to meeting you guys there. Now back to the video. This is so important. I failed at this at certain points in time where my business was really starting to take off. I was making the most money that I ever made in my life. And again, based on where I come from, that in and of itself was a challenge. And I found myself always super excited about that aspect of it. And it consumed me to a point where I forgot to include my wife in showing her where she fit in my pursuit. And that was a big mistake, okay? Because if they can't see themselves in your vision, then they could also become apprehensive and concerned that if you do go out and succeed, achieve whatever level of success that you're pursuing, that they may be left behind. So do you think that's going to help you or hurt you? It's definitely going to work against you. So again, the first thing is defining what is your vision, write it down and make it plain, Habakkuk 2:2, right? And then be able to clearly articulate that vision to your spouse and include them and show them where they fit in your vision. Now, that don't necessarily mean that they need to be in the same pursuit as you in whatever said endeavor is, right? My wife happens to be very risk adverse and I'm the risk taker. And the same may be true in your relationships, whether the husband is risk adverse or the wife is risk adverse, vice versa. Typically, you're going to be unequally yoked in that regard, right? Very seldom do two big risk takers get involved, and most of the time it don't work out well, you know what I'm saying? So be grateful that you guys are unequally yoked in that regard. What you need to be equally yoked about is the vision. Secondly, you have to actually go out and start taking action. Many people are in relationships where your spouse doesn't buy in because you just talk a lot, right? You get excited about this thing, you do the initiation, but you don't do the execution. And so you just become the boy for lack of better terms, the boy that cries wolf, that you constantly say what you're gonna do, but then there's no follow up and follow through. And so it's hard. You get upset that they're not getting excited, but they're not excited because they're tired of getting excited, but then there being no execution on the other side of it, right? And so they start to almost dismiss you as if, oh, you just got another thing, that you got a new toy that you want to play with, and after Christmas is over, it'd be somewhere collecting dust in the corner. So you have to become consistent with when you have the new idea, that you actually take the action and you follow through with that thing to a point of, I don't even want to say failure or achievement, but to a point where you've exhausted all things regarding that, and it's time to move on to something else. Okay. Your spouse will respect you more to have tried something, executed, and failed than to just keep trying stuff and never following through. I promise you that. Okay. So that's number 2, is to actually go out and start taking the action steps and move beyond initiation to actually execution. So here's point number 3. While it is important for our spouses to support us in our pursuit, it is equally and more important that we support them in whatever they do. So my wife I believe that she can be successful in anything that she does in life. Her being risk adverse lessens her wanting to be an entrepreneur, in my opinion. She probably watched this video and I get crucified for it now. But she excels in corporate America. She's an executive for a large corporation. And so one thing that I used to do poorly was, because I was so fixated on growing my business and all the challenges and woes, but upside that came along with that, I think at times I diminished what she did. Not directly, but subconsciously, because I just felt like the thing I was working on was bigger. And to some degree, maybe it is, but at the very same time, it's whatever they're doing is big to them. And so we can't ask for them to go above and beyond for us when we aren't willing to also compromise and sacrifice things for them. Because although they may be going to work, and although that may seem like a normal occurrence, they still having abnormal experiences at work. They still not thrilled about spending time away and all the things and the rigors that come along with having a job, and or if they are a business owner. And so, I just try to make more of a conscious effort to, and y'all gonna laugh at this, wash the dishes maybe, right? Or anything that I could do to maybe put an extra smile on her face, or take some of the load off of her, something that I know that she would have done, right? Like, I ain't got no problem with throwing some clothes in the washing machine. She got a problem with me throwing clothes in the wash. She like, don't touch the clothes. You know what I'm saying? But just things like that you think aren't a big deal, but really are, or if they have something coming up that you can just plow the road for them. Because I promise you, when you are in pursuit of building something big and you do have the proper spousal support, they're going to do a lot to make sure that you straight. Because they know that our schedules are a lot more kamikaze. They know things are a lot more unpredictable in our lives. And they know that when we do need help, we typically need help above and beyond the normal call. And, when you got a great spouse, as I do and as many of you do, they're going to constantly be putting things on the back burner for themselves to even make sure that you straight. And so in reciprocity, make sure that you're proactive in giving them the level of support, although it may be smaller, is big to them. And I promise you that will help them want to help you more as you pursue your endeavors and your dreams and all the rest of it. There's a scripture that says, all hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads to poverty. Okay? Proverbs 14:23.